Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down Charles Hoskinson's really personal end-of-year address. He takes a hard look back at a tough 2025 and basically charts a whole new course for himself and for the entire crypto industry heading into 2026.
So right out of the gate, Hoskinson doesn't kick things off with a big celebration. Nope, he starts with this really raw admission of just how difficult the year was. This quote, it just immediately sets the tone. It's going to be reflective, it's going to be honest, and it acknowledges the struggles a lot of people felt in 2025.
So, the first stop on this journey is a really candid look back at all the frustrations and, the unmet expectations of 2025.
He's really painting a picture of this collective disappointment. And look, if you were in the crypto space in 2025, you probably know exactly what he's talking about, right? The hopes for a big rally, for clear regulations, they just didn't happen. Hoskinson really taps into that feeling of being stuck, like the bad times were just dragging on and on.
And all this frustration, it led him to ask a much bigger, much more fundamental question. Has the entire crypto space kinda lost its way?
So he's basically asking everyone, and that includes himself, to just hit pause, to go back to square one, and remember, what was the whole point of this technology in the first place? Before we all got lost in the day-to-day noise.
And this is huge. He's framing crypto not as just some financial tool, but as this revolutionary force for individual liberty. He's arguing its true purpose is way bigger. It's about fundamentally reshaping society and handing power back to the individual.
This slide just perfectly lays out the disconnect he's feeling. On one side, you have this grand mission to change the world, and on the other, obsessing over price, getting lost in meme coins, and valuing hype over real substance. He's not saying those things are inherently bad, but that if we focus only on them, we lose sight of the bigger picture.
Okay, so faced with this huge crisis of purpose for the industry and for himself, what does he do? Well, Hoskinson lays out a pretty radical shift in his own personal game plan for 2026.
He realized something fundamental had to change, and it had to start with him. This wasn't about some new marketing plan for Cardano. This was a whole new strategy for himself. It's all about how he engages with the world and where he puts his energy.
And his first big move? He publicly says goodbye to X, this social media platform. He's basically saying, I'm done with the daily shouting matches and the toxicity. I'm stepping away to focus on deeper, more meaningful work.
And then he gets really personal and just lays out the cost of this past year. And the numbers, wow, they speak for themselves. Traveling more than 260 days, averaging just 5.5 hours of sleep a night? I mean, come on, that's just not sustainable. He realized something had to give because his health was taking a serious hit.
So what's he going to do with that energy instead? He's redirecting it away from all the public drama and getting back to what he truly loves, building really complex, innovative technology. He gets excited talking about stuff like CKMMs and privacy protocols, because for him, that's the real joy, the art of solving hard problems.
But look, this personal reset, it's not just about him. It's the fuel for a much bigger, reinvigorated mission that he thinks the whole industry really needs to get behind. And he brings up this really cool idea from the legendary samurai Miyamoto Musashi. It's this concept of building an inner house. The idea is that you build this core of integrity inside yourself so that no matter how crazy things get on the outside, with the markets, with social media, your core purpose stays solid, completely unshaken.
And this right here, this is the absolute core of his argument. He's saying the biggest scam out there is convincing regular people that they're powerless, that they're just tiny cogs in a massive machine that they have zero control over.
So, in this new vision he's laying out, what's the answer? It's crypto. He sees it as the #1 tool for us, for individuals, to fight back against that feeling of powerlessness. It's the way we reclaim our agency and start building something different.
So, what does this all boil down to for 2026? Well, it's a huge call to action, a call for a year of building with real purpose, leading with a bit more compassion, and actually creating change that matters.
And he's not just talking in abstracts. He lays out a really concrete vision for Cardano's progress. But it's more than just new tech. It's about finally delivering on promises that have been years in the making. He's really framing 2026 as the year the community finally gets the keys to the car, with the tools for full decentralized governance ready to go.
And man, this is such a powerful challenge, not just to the Cardano community, but to everyone in crypto. He's basically asking, if all you can think about is the price going up or down, haven't you already missed the entire point of this movement? And maybe, just maybe,
a key point about life itself. So in the end, Hoskinson's message is pretty simple but profound. The future isn't some fixed thing that just happens to us. It's a story that we are all writing right now together. And so he leaves us with this final, really powerful question, basically asking you, what part are you going to play? What story will you choose to tell?